Well, I look at the long-term game.
Hmm.
Like if I'm able to satisfy the clients, whether it affects my profit margin a bit, I'm gonna take that road probably 10 times out of 10
Yeah.
because I know in the long term it's gonna improve my chances of just bringing more people in, bringing more customers, doing the right thing. I think there's a big, uh, I guess, I shouldn't say stigma, but like society now is how can I get paid for the least amount of work and the
Right.
most amount of money? And it's just like I tell my guys, all my employees, like when you're faced with a decision and let's say we're behind on profit, but you have a decision where you can do something fast and it'll cut some corners or do it right, but it'll take some longer, always do the right thing. Even though we're already kind of behind, we still want to do the right thing and then
Hmm.
we'll review the project and we'll adjust. And then next time it'll be a little bit less, or hopefully we won't run into
Yeah.
that issue.
Yeah, that is truly top down too. Like if you don't adopt that those core values and that culture, and you don't push that out, nobody's bringing it back to you, right? I mean, it's just like you have to model the behavior that you want to see, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the biggest change in my business has been in the last about year in terms of personnel is I've established core values in the business and we walk through them in our meetings and I hire, I fire based on them. And the people that it's funny because on my hiring ads, I put our core values on the ad, and I say, hey, this is what we stand for, this is what we do,
Right.
and this is what we're looking for in terms of the person. And three of the four people we have that we've hired in the last year, I asked them, well, what kind of um, brought you to call me and interview? And all of them are like the core values. you
Wow.
know they're interested in, hey, these guys stand for something, I like what they stand for, let's have a conversation, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And when I talk to subs and other people that run business and they're like, oh, I can't find good people and stuff like that, and I look at it that way, it's like I will never say I can't find good people because that's not true. It's going to
Mm,
take a little more time to find a good person,
right.
uh, but I think I have a better chance of finding that person that aligns with our core values if I have them out there and not trying to get somebody in and then seeing if they're aligned with our core values.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And it's is that something that it's just kind of come over the last few years? And did you start with that in mind, or were you just kind of blowing and going and then kind of get some coaching and get a tribe and kind of come around to that, or was it something you started with?
Definitely didn't start with it.
Yeah.
I was just, trying to do a business. This is the
Right.
business. We got employees. It was kind of, I guess it was more surface level, I guess you could say. There's a business, we got to run a business, we need employees, we need to produce work. I've always wanted to produce a good quality job and
Mm,
uh, have things strong so people aren't calling me back. That was always in there. But then
yeah.
the flip side of it, where it's like operating the business and then creating a space where people can come work and build careers and grow, that really didn't come until till about 2022, I think it was. I was in a group called with Empire. I think it was Empire.
Yep. Yeah. It was part of
Uh,
the contract, right? Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing a group call, and Jacob Godar said something about
Hmm.
his company with trying to create an environment where his people can learn and grow. And that kind of hit me and resonated. And then I started thinking, okay, how can I do this within my business?
Right.
And I started with some core values I've refined over the last year and or the last couple years, and now we're set on something where it's like, hey, this is what the company stands for in terms of core values, and this is the direction we want to head. And it's really helped bring people on board that align with that and care as well. Um, not to say there's not challenges with that, but it just it makes things easier where you're not having to babysit people
Mm,
to
yeah.
make decisions, the right
Yeah.
decisions.